Good evening. 9 News has obtained a new report that paints a grim picture for people looking for affordable housing in Greater Cincinnati.
There isn't enough affordable housing, and the solution may be the government stepping in to help working families. 9 News reporter Tom McKee live now with the report in a story you'll see only on 9. Tom?
Well, Brendan, it was just 10 years ago that about 18% of the households in Hamilton County could not find affordable housing. That means they were spending more than 30% of their income on living expenses. But this new report shows the number has jumped to 26%, about 1 in 4. And now the problem is trying to find solutions for low-income senior citizens and those with disabilities. Jenny Jenkins owns a home in Northside now, but recalls the frustration of looking for housing when she moved to Cincinnati as a UC graduate student with 2 children.
The housing that is available, a lot of times it's second rate, it's run down.
Jenkins didn't want a handout and buckled down to make things work.
It took me quite some time in order to find a really good, decent housing that was safe and secure, and that the landlord was, that wasn't a scum landlord, as I would say.
That's the sort of struggle outlined in this report from Affordable Housing Advocates.
The essential conclusion is there is not enough affordable housing in the Greater Cincinnati area.
Elizabeth Brown is Executive Director of HOME, Housing Opportunities Made Equal.
There's a myth that there's been an explosion of subsidized housing, which is just not true. It's pretty much constant, and yet the need is even greater.
Brown says the recession has put many low-income people on the housing bubble.
Someone would have to make it over $14 an hour and work 40 hours a week in order to afford a modest 2-bedroom apartment in Cincinnati. And a lot of people are working full-time and don't make $14 an hour.
Nicole Kelch, a tenant advocate for HOME, regularly hears from them.
They're in dire situations. If they lose, just one piece of their income, that they're immediately thinking that they're going to be homeless.
That's the problem, but what about solutions?
What we need, the government and the society to concentrate on more is meeting the need for those folks that cannot necessarily do it themselves. And many of them are working families. We're not talking about folks, that are sitting around and waiting for someone to take care of them.
Now, by the way, Jenkins' Northside home was renovated by a for-profit corporation using HUD federal tax dollars. That's what Northside is doing a lot of these days. By the way, Tanya and Brendan, this report is going to be released tomorrow afternoon in a news conference at United Way at 4 o'clock.
Tom McKee with the story you'll see everywhere else tomorrow.